They say that rest and recovery heals, time heals, which is true, which is true. But what they don't really tell you is that healing is fucking painful. Healing is fucking painful. And the way that the Most High made us as men, the way you know, healing the body works, the way sorry, healing the body works exactly the same way as healing the mind. Ironically, you have to find the pain point, focus on strengthening the foundation around that pain point, and then push yourself through the pain so that way you could heal that pain point. I say this to say this. Right now, I'm dealing with a back injury. And for the past month, bro, like every time I try to bend over, every time I try to bend down to pick something up off the floor, I, I'm fucking pain. I'm like that Squidward meme. Oh, my back. I can't do the fucking impression. Shout out to the brothers that can. But seriously, and I was getting the conventional advice: heal, like just rest, recover. Don't focus on, your back. You're hurt. You're injured. Don't go to the gym. Don't work out. And I had a mentor of mine tell me, same thing. Healing is painful, and he was right. Cause today was the first day, like I actually I had legs, and if you know me, I fucking love leg day. I love leg day. Leg day to me is the best day. It's the one that makes you suffer the most. It's the fucking one that makes you want to hate life and just die. I love that shit. I love a good challenge. I love a great challenge. And my leg days, they're fucking challenging. They're fucking hell on purpose, like they should be. They bring the most growth. Today, it was the worst leg day ever. I actually contemplated quitting, and I was crying on the inside like, fuck, dude, like I can't even lift what I usually lift, and I'm fucking pissed because I'm hurting and I'm fucking fighting through the pain. And those thoughts of like, maybe I should just rest, maybe I should just quit, maybe I should just let it. But I knew that was not gonna help my cause at all. I knew that I had to push through the pain. So, I stood there and I prayed to the Most High and I asked Him for healing, to show me how to heal. And, as I'm, working out, I'm going through it, I take a moment to stay still. And the answer hits me. And I started to do Zercher deadlifts because, regular deadlifts was fucking my back up. I just couldn't do them. But as soon as I did the Zercher deadlift, my back unlocked and the blood flow hit my back and it allowed my back to untense, and I've been more mobile since. I'm not back at 100%, but the point is, had I not chose to go through that pain, to endure the pain, really to endure the pain, I wouldn't have made any progress towards healing. And now I know exactly what I have to do to heal it. The exercise, the movement that I need. But I say this to say this: the mind is the exact same way. Your identity is the exact same way. We all know who we can be. We all know who we should be. If you're a man who's very ambitious, very driven like myself, you know what you're capable of. You know the standard that you set yourself to. You know who the fuck you are. And if you don't, but you know that you're destined for greatness, shit, you could relate to this too. To really become the man that you want to become, to get the life you really desire, You have to fucking heal. You have to heal. You have to become whole. You have to become authentic. This makes mental blocks, plateaus, things such as self sabotaging, it makes it bearable because now you have a reason why you're self sabotaging. You know, we all have little fears, of fear, layers of doubt, layers of limiting beliefs that we don't even know we have that run us each and every day subtly. And you don't know when they pop up. You don't know where they come from. You don't know if they range from when you were a child. You don't know anything, really. Just checking if the mic is on. Crazy. And when you discover these little fears and you're asking yourself, why the fuck do I fear? For me, I had to go through overcoming social anxiety. I wasn't afraid to talk to people because I honestly see myself as a great conversationalist. I see myself as a great listener. I worked customer service business, car detailing. I had to listen to people. I know what I was capable of. What I was afraid of was initiating, was letting my voice be heard to strangers. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous because you know the action. You know it's not supposed to be hard, or you think it's not supposed to be hard, but you just can't seem to get yourself to do it. For me, in my case, I couldn't even go up to somebody in a store to ask them for help. Why? It's because I was afraid. I was afraid of speaking out. I was afraid of letting my voice be heard. I was afraid that I would be judged for asking for help, which is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous belief, but your mind, unless you clean out those old beliefs, does not know the difference. Your body does not know the difference. So you can't beat yourself up when those things happen, you know? And when you start to heal inwardly and you allow your spirit to expand and you allow yourself permission to be who you want to be who you know you are, you're going to realize how painful healing is. It's freeing. It is freeing. But when you're constantly examining yourself, like every man should be doing, examining your behaviors, examining why no matter what, you think you should be able to be in great shape. You think you should be able to consistently work out 5 times a week, but no matter what, you get to that fourth day, that fifth day, you fall off. You start relapsing on junk food. It's because you're still being ran by an old program. You haven't taken the time to look inward to heal those parts of you that haven't been healed, that are limited by beliefs that no longer serve you. I hope that sits with you. This is what causes your self sabotage. This is what causes, your mental lapses. Things from your childhood, things from recent experiences. It's the way your body interprets it. It's the way your mind interprets it that will keep you stuck. Like even in my own weight loss journey, I plateaued after I hit 170 because to me, I reached a point where I was like, okay, I set a goal, I hit my goal, but now what? I have nothing to prove. I have no reason to keep going. That's a belief I had. Consciously, I was thinking, no, I need to keep going. I need to do this. I need to do that. But I I was relapsing with junk food. All of a sudden, I started having sugary drinks every day and eating more than I needed to, and eating junk like sugary food when I don't usually do that. That's what happens. We set a goal, we lock in, we get to our goal, but once it's time to maintain, we fucking self sabotage. Why? It's because we're still ran by an old belief. You haven't taken the time to look inward, to examine your behaviors, examine your thoughts, and see what is truly running you. And this shit is painful. When you realize, that you're not who you think you are. But once you let go of those parts, once you take the time to heal from those limiting beliefs, it is the most freeing thing. But when you're standing, at whatever goal you're at, and you finally think you made it, and then you self-sabotage, and you're just in a cycle of over and over and over and over again self-sabotaging, it is so mentally, emotionally exhausting, because you have the willpower, you have the discipline, you have the diligence, you have everything you need to succeed, but you don't believe, but you're afraid of the success, but you're afraid to be vulnerable, which is why many men sabotage in relationships. You're afraid the woman is going to take control of you, which is another reason dudes sabotage. You're afraid to get hurt. You're afraid to lose the woman. You're afraid to lose your job, which is why you let your boss disrespect you, because you play it safe. Ironically, anytime you're afraid to lose anything is when it goes. And it's very painful to come to terms with that. To really like sit down and think like, damn, I feel, for me, like, I feel like a fool. I feel like it's not, it feels unreal to come to those beliefs and understand, that there's certain things that are running you and you don't even know. Things from your childhood, things from your past, things from past relationships, unhealed traumas, demons that just keep coming up over and over again. And sometimes too, you think you're good and then you fucking relapse because another fear is running you. And it's layers upon layers upon layers upon layers of limiting beliefs, of fears and doubts that run you. And you don't even fucking know it until you start doing the work and examining yourself. And this is a process that you have to do every day. Because you're going to fall short on who you think you are every single day. Every single day. There's nothing you can do about it. We're not perfect. But if you could inch closer to your ideal self every single day and examine yourself, like, okay, today, you know, I didn't do this. I didn't do that. Why? Is it a pattern or is it a one-time thing? If it's a pattern, something's running you. If it's not aligned with who you say you are or what you want to do, something else is running you in the background. If it's not a pattern, if it's a one-time thing, okay, cool. You don't gotta worry about it. You gotta look for the patterns in your behaviors. Certain people activate certain triggers inside of you too, and you have to look out for that. And the only way to overcome these plateaus is you have to give yourself permission to overcome them. You have to tell yourself, these fears are not real. These beliefs are not real. Whatever it is you're dealing with. For me, it was this fear of going up to somebody and talking to them. This fear is not real because nothing's going to happen. And then you do the action. For me, I had to lean on my faith. I had to pray to the Most High to take that away from me. But once He gives you the awareness of the fear, the limiting belief, you have to act against it. You have to make war with that motherfucker, bro. You have to say, you're not gonna fucking run me. And you have to take that shit personally. But at the same time, you have to have that balance of, okay, you did your best today. You showed up. You executed. You know? the fine line between pressure and grace, and you have to find that within yourself. You have to find standard, your standard of excellence, as I like to call it. I know mine. Do you know yours? When you become definitive, when you define what you want, everything becomes easier. When you define your standards, everything becomes easier. Healing is painful. And to get what we really want in our life, we have to heal the parts of us that we avoid and let them go. And it's not easy, but it is freeing. And it's one step forward to who you're meant to be, to who you know you are, and to your desired outcomes. Peace.